Okay, so now we're gonna check the answers for this activity. So we're gonna start with vegetable category. What did you write on this category?
Broccoli and
Okay,
carrots.
broccoli, okay. So what about fruit category? What did you write here?
Bananas. Bananas.
Oranges,
Orange,
watermelon,
Okay,
watermelon,
and
and
bananas.
bananas,
banana.
oranges, and watermelon. Good. Then we have dairy products category. What did you write here?
Milk.
Milk,
Yogurt.
yogurt,
Cheese.
Cheese.
and cheese. Good. Protein category.
Chicken.
Chicken,
Bread.
sorry, what?
Meat.
Alguien hace mucho eco en su
Mm,
micrófono. Ok. I think it's Vianney. Creo que eres tú, Vianney. Ok. ¿Qué más pusieron en protein?
Chicken,
Ajá.
bread, y meat.
Chicken, bread. Is bread protein? No. Beef and beans. Okay. What about grains? What did you write in grains?
Rice. Cereal. And bread.
Can you repeat it?
Rice. Cereal.
Meat.
Okay, good. So let's take the answers. Good, very good. Okay, here we have another activity. It says, look at the graph of food group proportions. Guess and type the recommended total daily amount for each food group. Then listen and check. Okay, so we have on the right side, we have a plate with the different categories, and we have to guess the daily amount for each group. Okay, tenemos que tratar de adivinar cuáles son las porciones correctas de cada categoría. Ok, entonces primero quiero que lo escriban como ustedes crean que debe de ser. And after that, I'm going to read a text and you're going to correct your information. Ok. Okay. So I'm gonna read the text and you're gonna correct your information if you have mistakes. Here it goes. The U.S. Department of Agriculture recommends the following daily diet for adults. Eat 3 cups of green or yellow vegetables every day. For example, peas, broccoli, or carrots. Eat about 2 cups of fruit, such as bananas, oranges, or watermelon per day. We also need about 3 cups of dairy products per day. Things like milk, yogurt, and cheese. We get protein from meat like chicken or beef and from beans. Eat about 6 ounces of protein per day. We get grains in foods like bread, rice, and cereal. Eat about 4 ounces of those foods per day. Finally, we need only about 7 teaspoons per day of oils like butter, margarine, or vegetable oil. Did you get the answers? Hello, did you get the answers?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna check it now. Vegetables, how many cups?
3.
3 cups, good. Okay, what about fruits?
2,
2.
Dairy products?
3.
Protein?
6.
What about grains?
4,
And oils, how many teaspoons?
7,
17.
7. Okay, a teaspoon es una cucharada, eso de teaspoon, okay, 7 cucharadas, 7 teaspoons. So yeah, very good. Okay, so then we have the grammar section. This is about countable and uncountable nouns with some, any, much, and many. Este tema ya lo vimos previamente cuando les adelanté mucho de este tema cuando vimos several y a lot of. Do you remember that?
No.
Ok, bueno, este tema ya lo vimos un poquito, como quiera lo vamos a dar una repasada. So I'm going to show you the PowerPoint presentation now. Here. And I want you to take some notes. Quiero que vayan tomando notas, okay? So take out your notebook. So you can take some notes. This is grammar section. And we're starting with countable nouns. Okay, so it says countable nouns are nouns that you can count. For example, 1 cup, 2 pencils, 5 chairs, 27 students. We use a or an before countable nouns if they are singular, okay? Remember that we only use these articles when we are talking only about one. For example, we cannot say, no podemos decir a 2 pencils, porque a significa uno. Entonces sería a pencil, just one, solamente uno. Okay? Okay, and then we have uncountable nouns. And it says uncountable nouns are nouns that we cannot count. They have no plural form. Remember that it doesn't exist plural form for uncountable nouns. Usually, we don't use articles before the noun. For example, music, it's an uncountable noun. We don't say a music. No decimos una música. Es uncountable. I listen to music. Cheese is another example of uncountable. I need cheese in my sandwich, okay? Cheese no tiene su forma plural. No decimos cheeses ni nada de eso. Okay, here we have more examples of countable and uncountable. For countable, it says they can be singular or plural. For example, an apple, una manzana. Also, we can set some apples if we want to talk in general. Si queremos hablar en general y en plural, diríamos some apples, algunas manzanas. Also, we can specify the quantity if we prefer it. Podemos también especificar cantidades si dijéramos 3 apples, 3 manzanas. Okay? Then we have uncountable nouns, and it says they are always in singular. Siempre van a estar en singular. For example, coffee, milk, money, and pasta. Are you taking notes? ¿Están tomando notas para irme un poquito más despacio?
Yes.
Sí, pero no alcancé.
Okay, me voy desde el primero. 1 minute, take notes, and I'm going to change for the second.
Finish.
Okay, the second one. Okay, I'm going to change to the third. Okay, let's continue. Seguimos. Here we have an activity. It says write C for countable and U for uncountable. So I'm going to mention the word and you have to tell me countable or uncountable. Okay? Number 1, carrots.
Countable.
Thank you. Number 2, tomatoes.
Countable.
Broccoli.
Countable.
Countable.
Are you sure?
Sí. No.
Contamos los
Uncountable.
It's uncountable. Broccoli is uncountable. Les explico cómo es que descifré que es uncountable, porque también tuve ¿cómo se dice? Este dilema con un grupo. El brócoli usualmente lo cuantificamos como en manojos, porque son ramitas, right? No es como que un brócoli todo el árbol completo. ¿Sí? Entonces tiene que ser cuantificado para poder contarlo. So broccoli, it's uncountable. What about potatoes?
Countable.
Countable. Rice.
Uncountable.
Peppers.
Countable.
Countable. Strawberries.
Countable.
Countable.
Eggs.
Countable.
Countable.
Cherries.
Countable.
Peas.
Countable.
Apples.
Countable.
Soup.
Uncountable.
Uncountable. Good. Okay, good. Then we have some, any, much, and many. This is also from the grammar. Esto también es del grammar. Esto también ya lo habíamos visto previamente. Y habíamos visto esta misma imagen. So it says, we use articles a and an with countable nouns in singular. For example, there is a plum. Plum es una ciruela. There is an apple. We use some for countables and uncountable nouns only in affirmative sentences. Okay, for example, there is some sugar. There are some apples. Esto lo usamos solamente en afirmativo. Then we have any. Any, we use it for negative and interrogative sentences. No sé si recuerdan que yo les mencioné que el some en afirmativo lo vamos a reemplazar por el any si es que queremos decir lo mismo pero en negativo o en pregunta. ¿Recuerdan eso?
Sí.
Okay. Yes. Entonces, tenemos el ejemplo ahí en affirmative. There is some sugar. If we want to change that sentence into the negative form, it will be there isn't any sugar. There are some apples. There aren't any apples. Then, for questions, we're going to use any again. Igual, para pregunta vamos a reemplazar ese some por un any. Y vamos a invertir en forma de pregunta. Is there any sugar? Are there any apples? Okay. Then we have this, many and much, and it says, many is used with countable nouns. It is mainly used in questions, affirmative sentences, and negations. For example, I don't have many friends. There are too many disadvantages in this business. How many children do you have? Are there many poor people in France? And we have much. Much is used with uncountable nouns. It is mainly used in negative and interrogative clauses. For example, how much money have you got? We didn't spend much money. There isn't much data to download. I'm sorry, but I don't have much time. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes so you can take notes about this information. Tome nota de esta, por favor, de esta diapositiva. Okay, ready?
Yes.
So we're gonna continue now with this activity. This is like a practice activity. It says fill in much or many. So first we have to identify if the word is countable or uncountable. On the first sentence, on the first question it says how, and a line, and wine. Wine quiere decir vino. So wine, is it countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable. So for uncountable, we use much. So the answer is how much wine. Okay. Then we have children. Is children countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Countable. Yeah, countable. So much or many?
Much.
Much.
Many.
Many. How many children? Okay, what about shops? Much or many?
Much. No, many.
Many, because shops is already in plural. De hecho, la palabra está en plural. Shops. What about pencils? More or many?
Many.
Many.
Many. How many pencils? Okay, water?
Much.
Much. Glasses?
Many.
Many.
Bread?
Many.
Is bread countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Uncountable, yeah. What about tea?
Much.
How much tea? Good. Okay. Then we have activity number 3, and it says fill in few or little. Now, few is for countable nouns and little is for uncountable. Y esto hace referencia a poco. Okay, ambos hacen referencia a poco, pero uno es para countable y el otro es para uncountable. Entonces, bread, few or little?
Little.
Little. Grapes,
Few.
few. Pears, few or little?
Few.
Little.
Few. Few pears. También está en plural. Money,
Few.
few. Biscuits,
Few.
few again. Thank you. Okay, activity number 4, fill in some or any. Okay, so we have to complete this text using some or using any. Remember that we use some for affirmative sentences and we use any for negatives and interrogative sentences. Okay, so I'm going to start reading and you're going to give me the answers. Stephanie is packing her suitcase. She needs
Any.
Again, voy a repetirlo otra vez. Usamos el some para afirmaciones y usamos el any para negativo y pregunta. Es decir, si vemos una afirmación, debe de llevar some. Si vemos algo negativo o una pregunta, debe de llevar any. Okay? So, Stephanie is packing her suitcase. She needs some or any.
Some.
Some shoes. She needs some shoes. She doesn't need to take
Any.
any boots. Porque arriba está en negativo. Dice doesn't need to take any boots. She needs.
Es. Some.
She needs some dresses and
Some
blouses. She doesn't need
any
jumpers or gloves. She doesn't need
warm clothes.
any warm clothes at all. She needs
some
jeans, and she needs
some money, of course.
some money, of course. Thank you. Good. Okay. Here we have another activity. Okay, so I'm going to give you again I'm going to give you 1 minute so you can figure out this activity para que me contesten esta actividad. And then I'm going to ask you, les voy a preguntar porque nada más me está participando Gerardo y Vianey. Ok. Entonces, contesten esta actividad que les dejo aquí en la presentación. Ok. Let me see. A ver, vamos a ver quién va a participar ahora. Numbers. Karen Valderas, can you read number 1, please?
I am really hungry. I want little big sandwich and some juice.
Okay, I want a big sandwich and some juice. Thank you. Okay, number 2. Eric, number 2. Eric,
¿Puede poner
number
la
2.
palabra de positivo?
Yes.
I want one some.
No. Tenemos aquí la palabra cup, que quiere decir una taza. Las tazas sí las podemos contar. ¿Cómo crees que quede? I want, tienes estas opciones, las que están en rojo arriba, nada más.
Con an.
I want a cup of coffee, please. ¿Qué más?
I don't want. Ahora sí some, porque abajo dice milk y la
Sí,
leche.
pero es negativo.
Ah, sí. Any.
Okay, good. I don't want any milk, just a little. Okay. Number 3, Martín, number 3. Martín, number 3, please.
Sí. Sí, voy. ¿Puedo volver a la diapositiva, por favor?
Yes.
Thank you. Are you hungry? There aren't any? No.
Ajá.
¿Sí?
Yes. Cuando es algo negativo usamos any, acuérdense.
Any cookies left? Only 2 or 3, but I think there is a bread.
No, porque no podemos cuantificar el pan, no podemos decir un.
Okay. Entonces,
Some. Thank you. Number 4. Abigail, number 4.
There isn't any.
Ajá.
Right, let's cook.
Can you repeat it?
How many?
Can you repeat it?
Many pasta? Many pasta?
No. Some. There isn't any rice. Let's cook some pasta. ¿Ok? Acuérdense que, se los explico con lo que está acá arriba. Estos dos de a y an se usan cuando hablamos de una cosa contable. Much y many es para cuando preguntamos cuánto. ¿Ok? Aquí en ningún momento preguntaron, por eso no los usamos. Some or any, some es para afirmaciones y any es para negativo y pregunta. Es decir, si vemos algo negativo como el there aren't o el there isn't, ahí debe de ir un any. O en pregunta, como por acá había una pregunta. Bueno, no hay ninguna, pero en preguntas también va el any, ¿ok? So let's continue. We're going to go back to the students book. Vamos a regresar al students. And we're going to read this. Activity A, language in context. Read these people's comment about the food they have at home. Then circle true or false for the statements below. So let me see. Gonzalo, you're going to read number 1. Ángel, ¿funciona tu micrófono, Ángel? Okay. Scarlett, you're going to read number 2. Juliet, you're going to read number 3. And Samantha, you're going to read number 4. Okay, we have 4 here. Gonzalo, first.
Okay, I want ham sandwich, but we don't have much ham. But I can have some ham. ¿O cómo se dice?
Ham.
Okay. With a lot of cheese, and I want some mayonnaise. And tomatoes. I don't want any mustard. We don't have many potatoes, but we have a lot of rice. So for dinner, we're having meat, rice, and some vegetables.
Thank you. Nada más era lo de Charlie, pero bueno, gracias. Okay. It's okay.
Pensé que era uno solo.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. Okay. So now, a ver, Juliet, can you continue with Lista?
How many apples are there? I want to make an apple pie. And is there any sugar?
Thank you. Very good. And, ¿quién nos había dicho? Samantha, can you read Anne, please?
How much bread don't we have? I want some toast. Oh, we don't have any bread.
Thank you. Okay, so we have 4 different sentences and we have to answer if it is true or false, the information there. So number 1, Charlie is making a sandwich with mustard and a lot of ham. Is it true or false?
False. False.
False.
Number 2, William is planning to have meat, potatoes, and vegetables for dinner. True or false?
False.
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 Number 3, Lisa needs apples and sugar to make a pie. True or false?
True. True.
Number 4, Anne can have butter on her toast. True or false?
True.
True.
Thank you. So yeah, they are all correct. And here we have this other small activity. Which words refer to quantities? Select them. En estos 4 pequeños párrafos, ¿cuáles hacen referencia a cantidades? For example, in Charlie. En el de Charlie.
We don't have much.
Much.
Some.
Some.
Any.
Some again. And any. Okay, what about William?
Many. Many. A lot. Some.
A lot of.
Some.
And some. What about Lisa?
How many? Many.
How many?
Any.
Any. Okay, what about Anne?
More. Some have any.
And some and any. Okay, good. I think that we were missing one. Creo que nos falta una. Let me see.
En la de Charlie no seleccionamos a lot.
Oh, yeah. That's the mistake. So, yes. Thank you, Gerardo. Okay, so let's move on. Let's continue. Here we have some information. It says countable nouns are nouns that you can or cannot count. Can. They have or don't have a singular and plural form. For example, apple.
Have.
Non-countable nouns are nouns that you can or cannot count.
Can't.
They have or don't have a plural form. For example, rice. Don't
have.
Good. Then we have this activity. This is pretty similar than the one that we made on the PowerPoint presentation. It says choose countable or non-countable for each food item. So you're gonna tell me the answer. Ham, countable or non-countable? Non-countable. Potatoes.
Countable.
Apples.
Countable.
Bread.
Non-countable.
Cheese.
No.
Countable.
Cheese is non-countable.
Not countable.
Rice.
Non-countable.
Not countable.
What about pie? Like an apple pie, un pie de manzana, por ejemplo. Is it
Countable.
countable?
Yes.
Toast. Non-countable. Tomatoes.
Countable.
Vegetables.
Non-countable.
Countable.
Countable. Vegetables are countable. Sugar.
Non-countable.
Butter.
Non-countable.
Non-countable.
No.
Okay. So yeah, very good. Recuerden ir contestando en su students book. Okay. Read, choose the correct option to complete each rule. We use articles a and an to refer to specific or general quantities.
Specific.
We use some, any, much, and many to refer to specific or general quantities.
General.
General.
General, good. Okay, then we have this activity. Complete the sentences in the table with a, and, any, some, much, or many. So we're going to go in order, okay? Like, for example, we're going to answer first all the affirmative column. First one, I want
An
what?
apple.
An apple. I want, in plural, ¿cómo nos
Some
queda?
apples.
Some apples, good.
Some apple.
And for non-countable, I want some
Any
rice.
rice.
Some
Any?
rice. Este es afirmativo. Some rice.
Mm.
Then we continue with the negative column. Vamos a hacer toda la negativa. For singulars, I don't want. Y luego tenemos abajo potato. Just one potato.
Any.
Ah. I don't want a potato. Acuérdense que cuando solo es uno, se queda con el artículo. Here we have potatoes in plural. So here it is, like Gerardo mentioned, I don't want any potatoes.
Any?
Number 3, I don't want bread.
Any.
What? Any.
Any?
No, and then we have the questions. This is for singular. Do you want a tomato? Yeah. Then we have the plural form. Are there any tomatoes? Do we have
Any?
butter? Good. Then we continue with much and many. For the negative form, plural countable. There aren't many vegetables. There isn't
Much.
butter. Good. For the questions, how
Many.
many oranges, because oranges is countable, are there? How much ham is there? Remember that ham is uncountable. Tenemos que identificar primero si la palabra que sigue es contable o no contable, para saber si ponemos el many o el much. So good. Okay, we're almost done. Ya merito terminamos. Choose the correct option to complete each sentence. Use a or an or some before singular countable nouns. What do we use? A or an. Use or don't use a or an before non-countable nouns.
Do not use.
Good. Number 3, we can use some, any, and much before plural or non-countables. Number 4, we can use some, any, and many before plural or non-countable.
Plural.
We use some or any in negatives and questions.
Any.
Good. Okay, then we have this practice activity. Answer the activity, please. And after that, I'm going to ask for participation. Okay, we're gonna check the answers. Scarlett, you're gonna answer number 1. Si no sirve sus micrófonos, me lo van a decir por el chat. Okay?
Yes. Do you want an apple?
Thank you. Ángel, number 2. Cookies. Okay, I don't want any cookies. Thank you. Vianney, number 3. Vianney, number 3.
Some?
Can you read all the sentences? Okay. Number 4, Gerardo.
Do we have much milk?
Thank you. Number 5, Gilberto. No. Because rice is uncountable. No podemos cuantificar el arroz. No podemos decir un arroz. So yeah, some. Number 6. Gonzalo, number 6.
Voy, teacher. Voy. Any.
What?
Any. Sí, many.
Many, yeah. Number 7. Oops. Karen, number 7.
Any.
Thank you. Number 8, Eric. What? Ham. Thank you.
Sí.
Number 9, Martin. Martin, number 9.
Yeah, 9. And there isn't much butter in the refrigerator.
Yeah, thank you. And number 10, Juliet.
How many oranges do we need?
Very good. Thank you. So yeah, they are all correct. So this is the end of today's class. Con esto terminamos nuestra clase de hoy.
Ya, teacher.
No?
Teacher.
Yes.
Entonces ya hacemos el workbook.
Yes. Start with your workbook, Unit 9. Empiecen con el workbook de la unidad 9.
Bueno.
Ok. ¿Alguien tiene alguna otra pregunta?
No, teacher.
Okay, so that's all for today. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.